I am going to demonstrate the stripping and cleaning of the 1858 Remington Nitro conversion by Anvil Conversions. Before we start, I have laid out all the tools that will be required to carry out this exercise. On the table before me I have a gunsmithing screwdriver set. This is an absolute must to protect the screw heads of your revolver. I am showing you a good quality DIY screwdriver, albeit a rather large screwdriver, that can be purchased from any DIY store. On close examination you can see how the blade tapers towards the part of the screwdriver that comes into contact with the screw. This is fine for normal wood screws etc., but it's an absolute no-no for the use in your revolver. On a set of gunsmithing screw bits, the bit taper runs into a parallel towards the contact area with the screw. This ensures maximum purchase on the screw head whilst minimising potential damage to the screw head. This typical set can cost in the order of £15. This is a wise investment. I have a selection of bore brushes, cleaning rod, gun oil, good quality gun oil, kitchen roll, a 6mm drill and a 2mm Allen key and a toothbrush. I will in the course of this video demonstrate how each of these items is used. I will now put them to one side and draw upon them as required. The cleaning of these is essentially a case of wiping thoroughly with kitchen roll or a clean dry cloth, ensuring that all the dust, the residue of combustion from the nitro powder is clear. You don't need to put this in water. It's not recommended that you wash it in soapy water the way you might with black powder. Similarly with the cylinder, you can wipe the face of the chamber, the rear, give it as good a clean as you feel is necessary. Now this is where the toothbrush comes in, because I find this quite a handy tool to scrub round the pockets and the face of the cylinder. Again, similarly with the toothbrush, you can go round the frame and clean any residue of combustion that you may see or what comes to your attention. The cleaning of the cylinder, what I have done is I made this handle up with a smaller 0.38 wire brush, bronze brush in the end, which enables me to clean deep into the pockets where the powder is actually housed when the gun is loaded. Simple matter of going round all the pockets, and as you can see, very little residue actually is left. I have a larger brush here which I'll use in conjunction with the cleaning rod just to give me some leverage, and I can clean the outer portion of the chamber, the part that the ball would actually be seated into. The drill that I mentioned earlier is a 6mm drill, and what I use this for is to clean the pockets, and basically it's a case of dislodging any powder that may have stuck to the side of the pocket. You're not trying to cut the metal, purely with thumb and forefinger just rotate it gently within the pocket. and it will very easily dislodge any residue that's sticking to the sides of the pocket. As you can see, in this particular case, there's very, very little residue. That does vary from primer to primer, just how much rubbish is left. Some primers are very, very clean. I found that the current batch of CCI primers which I've been using are very clean indeed. But I generally give everything a cursory wipe. Again, no water, no solvents, no cleaners, just a wipe with a clean piece of kitchen roll. When it comes to the gun itself, I would wipe the cylinder pin, clean all the old oil. As you can see, it's, even though it has a gas ring fitted, and this minimises the amount of residue that actually finds its way to the cylinder pin. There still is a small amount that gets onto the pin itself. Next thing is to use the bore brush to just ensure you don't damage the muzzle using the plastic cap on the end. And all that's required is to draw this through 2-3 times, as many as required, until you're actually satisfied that the bore is relatively clear. Once I've used the bronze brush, I would then use a mop to just get a final dusting. And that basically is as far as you have to go to clean the revolver. Just make sure, it's nice just to ensure that all the little nooks and crannies that have powder are cleaned. The other brush that I haven't used here is a mop. It's from a 0.22 pistol cleaning kit, which I use to clean to the centre of the cylinder. That basically is everything relatively clean. I mean, you can go further and strip the revolver right down, but I don't find this is necessary. Possibly once a year to inspect the integrity of the components is all that's required.